Okay folks, here's a quick review of the Firefly figure that was produced by Hasbro as a part of the GI Joe Retaliation line of products. This was part of the Cobra Invasion Team 3-pack that also included a Cobra Invasion Trooper figure, as well as a Storm Shadow figure. And I picked up the set at Target for $19.99. Okay, so when I first got the figure out of its box, I liked its overall appearance. This version of Firefly, it looks much better than the single-carded Retaliation Firefly that I previously reviewed. And truth be told, if an alternate unmasked head sculpt of Firefly had been included in the box, I would have been even more pleased with this figure, but even so, it's still an improvement nonetheless. Paint apps were for the most part nicely done. I did find some slight overspray around his mask, but it was very small. The articulation joints all moved well on this figure. I had no problem in moving the head, shoulders, elbows, wrists, mid-torso, hips, knees, or ankles. So what I'll do here is pause, zoom in, and I'll give you a closer look as to what Firefly looks like. Okay. Firefly comes with several accessories, so let me pan down real quick and I'll show you what they are. The figure stand that you see him standing on was not included in the package and was purchased by me separately. Okay, so first up, here are his guns. They include, going from left to right, this appears to be a Glock 9mm handgun. In the middle, that's an H&K 416 assault rifle. And I believe the last weapon is an H&K G3A4 with a 6-shot launcher underneath the barrel. You can holster the handgun into a holster on Firefly's left hip, but it is a bit on the loose side, so be careful not to accidentally lose that gun. And I would have preferred that these guns be colored black and not in this off-gray color. Okay, and finally here are the rest of the accessories. Once again, going from left to right. He comes with 2 combat knives, a backpack, and 2 bombs. There's only one place to holster a knife on the figure that I could find, and there are 2 places to peg the bombs into place on the figure's body, one in front and one in the rear. I do advise caution with these bombs as they do easily fall off the figure's body, and seeing as they're a little bit on the small side, they can be easily lost. And since there were 2 knives included with this figure, I'm going to regard the extra knife as a spare. The backpack has no functionality and exists only as a display accompaniment for this Firefly figure. And as I said with the guns, I would have preferred that the knives be colored a little bit more realistically instead of being colored off gray, but the bombs look pretty good with these streaks of red on them. All right, back to the figure itself. What I'll do now is a quick 360 of Firefly for you and let you see what he looks like from all sides. Okay. So overall, I like this Firefly figure. It displays well, and it comes with some good accessories. I do find myself wishing that Hasbro had made this version of Firefly available as a single-carded figure, as opposed to just putting it into this 3-pack. As I said, I think it's an improvement over the single-carded version we did get. And as always, I do wish Hasbro would resume including figure stands for these GI Joe figures. But in spite of that, I do think that this figure deserves a great recommendation. If you're presented with the opportunity to get this figure by itself, as opposed to having to buy the entire 3-pack, I think it's going to make for a great addition to your GI Joe collection, and definitely a worthy addition to your Cobra Army. Okay, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.